Hello, STEM 12 of Bethel Christian School of Tarlac Incorporated. Welcome back to our General Physics 2 class. And this will be the last topic for this semester. And of course, this one is included in your exam this Friday. Okay, so you need to listen well. And if you have some questions, just replay this video, or if still don't know or don't understand it, just chat me in the messenger or Instagram or any form of communication. Okay, so let's start this one. We will just continue our discussion about magnetism, and we already did the introduction of magnetism. Okay, so we will now continue that one here. So this will be our next topic. We have the magnetic flux. Okay, so this one sounds familiar because the word flux is we already did in the first semester, or in the midterms, right? Yung midterm natin is about electric flux. So this one, in our finals, we have the magnetic flux. Okay, so I know you still have the idea about flux and how to just like describe them and how to illustrate them in our minds. Okay, so let's see if we have the same illustration and the same perspective of what this flux. Okay, of course later on we will try to differentiate between electric flux and magnetic flux if we have still time, right? Okay, so this one is just a little bit of review. It's because last time the best example of magnetism is about the compass, right? So this one is related to magnetism, the compass. So meron siyang parang constant, that's not a constant, meron siyang parts, okay, ng compass na it uses magnets or magnetism. Okay? So yung arrow na yan is actually pointing kung nasaan yung magnetic field natin, right? So that is one of application. So in this lesson, we will discover the relationship of the magnetic field to another quantity called the magnetic flux, just like the relationship between electric field and electric flux. Okay, just just a trivia, right? Our magnetic field is somewhat the same as electric field, but they are, you know, there are just only some parts or some characteristics of those are the same, but not totally equal. Okay, so in our electric field, since when we say field, those are the imaginary lines, right? So in our electric field, there is a certain, just like a path that they are going through. But in magnetic field, we are not following those paths. Okay? Did you imagine that one? It's because in magnetic field, we have the north and south pole, right? So, hindi siya going straight, hindi rin siya going backwards or forwards, something like that. Okay? We need to follow the north pole and the south pole of the magnetic or our magnets, okay? Or similar magnetism. So, hindi sila ganun kaparehas. Kumbaga, yes, merong path, yung magnetic field, but not the same as the electric field. Okay? And another quantity called the magnetic flux, and this will be our main topic for today, so you need to listen. So what is a magnetic flux? So evaluate the total magnetic flux and explain why the magnetic flux on the closed surface is zero. So we have two main competencies for this one. So for the objective one, which is evaluate, so we need to solve. Okay, so be ready with your paper and pencil or paper and pen. Okay, It's because I will give you some activities here that you will use your pen and pencil, or pen and paper, I should say, to answer. And then we will see if you're correct or not. Okay? To explain the concept of magnetic flux, solve the magnetic flux through a given open surface. State the Gauss's law for magnetism. Okay? So those are the main three objectives. Let's start. Let us first discuss what magnetic field is, or magnetic field lines are. Right? Magnetic field lines are used to show the magnitude and direction of the magnetic field emanating from the moving charge. Okay? So, sabi ko sa inyo, if we have, for example, this one is a wire. In electric flux, there is a certain way. Kung pa-right lang sila, pa-right lang sila. Kung pa-left lang sila, pa-left lang sila. That is for electric field lines. But in magnetic field lines, this one is different. It's because we have here, for example, we have two magnets. Right? And this one, we have two parts. North, south, south, north. Okay, remember, if we have a just like a different poles, it will attract. If we have the same poles, they will hindi sila magdidikit, something like that. Okay, they will not be attracted. They will repel. Okay, so here, this one is not the same as this. It's because this one is going here and this one is going there. Correct? So parang umiikot lang siya. So hindi siya the same as this one because hindi naman siya straight, hindi naman siya iisang position or iisang way yung dadaanan nila. We have a lot of this. We have a lot of magnetic field lines. Okay? So the best example of this one is, have you tried in your physics grade 10, okay, that you are using a paper, tapos ilalagay niyo yung dalawang magnets na magkahiwalay, and then you will pour, what they call that, I don't know, some particles that are, that can be attracted by a magnet. Okay? So, ipo-pour nyo lang yung mga particles na yon, and then it will form the magnetic field lines. Okay? So, if you cannot imagine that one, you can you can search that one in the internet. Okay? So, that one. So, again, they're the same. Electric flux or electric fields is only one direction. Okay? But in magnetic field lines, different directions. Kumbaga, nag-circulate lang yung mga magnetic field lines natin. Okay? Next. Similar to electric flux, okay, the magnetic flux is quantified in relation to a particular area chosen around a moving charge. This area may be of any size and orientation with respect to the magnetic field. Okay, so it says here that magnetic flux and electric flux are the same, but not totally equal. Okay, so ang pinaka-pares lang sila is there is some barriers. Hindi naman siya barrier, para siyang cloth. Okay, nasasalain lang yung ating mga magnetic fields. Okay, so merong particular area na dadaanan yung ating magnetic field. So those are what we call area of any size, or just like maybe it looks like a circle, it looks like a rectangle, it looks like a square or a triangle. It depends on the given shape or given some thing. Okay? So that is the sameness between electric flux and magnetic flux. So kumbaga, dadaan yung ating mga magnetic flux na meron tayong barrier dito na pwede siyang masala. Okay? So yun yung ating solve ulit. Kumbaga, para sa yung solution natin doon sa electric flux natin. Okay? So these are the things we need to remember. The SI unit for magnetic flux or the ganun natin, if you're just using this, this is electric flux, right? But if we have a letter B, that will be our magnetic flux, okay? So the unit for magnetic flux is the Weber or WB, which is equivalent to 1 volt per second. So for example, in the question, what will be the total magnetic flux or magnetic flux? Yun yung pinakatanong. So if you have now the answer, which are the numbers, and then don't forget to put WB. It's because that will be the unit for magnetic flux. Okay? And then magnetic field is measured in Tesla or big letter T. So kung ang tinatanong naman is magnetic field or how much magnetic field is passing through that area, okay, our unit must be big letter T or Tesla, which is equivalent to 1 Newton per second or 1 Coulomb per meter. Okay? A magnetic field density is 1 Weber over meter squared. That is equivalent for 1 Tesla. So for example, ang nakuha mo is Weber over meter squared. So that is also equivalent for 1 Tesla. So that's also T. It's because in our activities later, hindi siya, kumbaga, hindi exact na letter T ang ilalagay doon sa problem. Instead, WB over meter squared. Or, ang nakalagay is T instead of WB meter squared. Okay? So you need to know those units. So for magnetic flux, it must be WB. Magnetic field, it must be big letter T. And 1 Tesla is equivalent to Weber over meter squared. Okay? And then later on, we will encounter nano Tesla. Kapag sinabing nano, we have the automatic equivalent of 1 by 10 raised to negative 9, right? So I will just change this one into nano Tesla equals 1 by 10 raised to negative 9 Tesla. Okay, so I converted that NT or nano Tesla into Tesla para mas madali natin siyang kunin later on. Okay, kasi may mga problem na mayroong nakalagay na nano Tesla. Also, some problems are using centimeters instead of meters. So we need to know also how to convert centimeters to meters. And 1 centimeters is equivalent to 0.01 meters. So those are just additional, okay? Remember, additional things to remember for you to solve a particular problem that includes magnetic flux. Okay, let's review. Magnetic flux, the unit must be WB. Magnetic field, the unit must be Tesla. Okay, and 1 Tesla is equivalent to 1 Weber over meter squared. 1 nano Tesla is equivalent to 1 by 10 raised to negative 9 Tesla. 1 centimeters is equivalent to 0.1 or 0.01 meters. Okay? You need to remember those. So after remembering all of those, let us now proceed to some problems. So here it will just explain, okay, the same as the electric flux. Okay, kung may dadaan tayong ganyan, and then of course, in magnetic flux, this one is always has a perpendicular lines. Kapag sinabing perpendicular lines, that is 90 degrees. Okay? So suppose we have taken a flat surface with an area A with an angle theta between the magnetic field vector B and the line perpendicular to the surface, such as the B perpendicular is equivalent to B cosine theta. Okay? Remember, if we have some inclined, alam niyo nakaganyan, hindi sa perpendicular, inclined angles, we need to find first its partner or complementary angle to form the 90 degrees. Okay? So hindi pwedeng ang kukunin natin is yung naka-inclined na angle. Ang palagi natin kinukuha is yung angle na makakabuo ng 90 degrees. Nakukuha niya. So for example, in a question, kung sinabing ang given is inclined an angle or for example, a line inclined has an angle of 42 degrees, kailangan mo nating hanapin yung kanyang complementary angle. Ano complementary ng 42? That is 48 degrees. So instead of 42 degrees, ang gagamitin natin sa solution natin is the 48 degrees. It's because that will be the final part that we can use to solve for its perpendicular part. Okay? So it just shows here paano ma-solve yung ating given na magnetic flux. The total magnetic flux passing through the given surface area is the sum of the contributions taken from each area element. Or, in mathematical express as follows, we can use these three. Okay, one of these three. It depends on the problem. Okay, if we have a given angle, we need to find its complementary angle and ipupunta natin dyan. And then, yung ating magnetic field. Right? So magnetic field multiplied by the cosine complementary angle and yung area ng ating given na shape. Here, there are some problems na sasabihin is perpendicular. So kapag sinabing perpendicular, you will just multiply. Okay? So these two are the same. Pag sinabi, oh, this one is perpendicular, so we need to multiply the magnetic field and the area. As simple as that. Okay? So you will just multiply magnetic field multiplied by the angle multiplied by the area. Okay? And that will be the total for magnetic flux. Okay? Again, magnetic flux is equivalent to B multiplied by the angle, of course that is with cosine, multiplied by the area. Okay, so you will just multiply all of those and then you can find now the electric flux or magnetic flux, I should say. Okay, let's try some examples. Examples mo tayo bago tayo pag-proceed siya. Kasi this one is the final one. Okay. Determine the magnetic flux through a loop with an area of 6 by 10 raised to -4 meters squared found perpendicular. So if we have the word perpendicular, we will just multiply. Perpendicular to a magnetic field with a magnitude of 0.3 Tesla. Okay? So we will just use, meron ba tayong given na angle? We don't have. That means that is 90 degrees and ang cosine 90 degrees is 1. Okay? So kahit wala na yon, so automatically 1 na, 1 na yung ating cosine theta. Okay? So we have here the formula, which is magnetic flux. It's because magnetic flux is our main question. Magnetic flux B is equivalent to our magnetic field magnitude, which is 0.3 Tesla, multiplied by our area, which is 6 by 10 raised to negative 4 meters squared. And if we have, or if we need to find magnetic flux, what will be our unit? Our unit is, it must be WB. But here we don't have WB. So we need to recall again the other characteristics or the other units that we can use. So we all know that in 1 Tesla, we have 1 WB over meter squared, right? So if we have here WB, so we can use this one. So instead of 0.3 Tesla, we can put 0.3 WB over meter squared. Okay, so from that said, we can now cancel those meters squared. So ang matitira na lang sa atin is WB, which is the correct unit for magnetic flux. Right? Okay, now, so we will just multiply 0.3 and 6 by 10 raised to negative 4. So gagawin kong scientific notation is 0.3. So it will become 3 by 10 raised to, is it positive or negative? Positive or negative? This one is negative, right? WB multiplied by 6 by 10 negative 4 meter. No, there's no more meter. Cancel na pala siya. Yan, multiply natin. 3 times 6, we have 18. Okay? If you have exponential, we'll just copy the base, and then yung exponent, we will just add. So negative 1 plus negative 4 is negative 5. WB. Now, the question is this our final answer? Of course, no. It's because in scientific notation, meron lang tayong dapat 1, or it must be, the number here must be between 0 to 9. Tama? So hindi siya pwedeng mag-18 that is greater than 9. So hindi pwede. So we have here, we need to, okay, move that one there, so it will have the final answer, which is 1.8 by 10 raised to negative 4. It's because we need to plus 1, right? If we will go here, that is plus. If we will go there, that is minus. So negative 4 plus 1, or negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4 Weber. So this will be our final answer for the first problem. Okay, this is the final answer for the first problem. Did you understand? Ay, wala pala akong mga estudyante. Wala pala akong, nag-record pala ako. Okay, so screenshot, or just replay it, or just replay this to, para maliwanagan kayo. Okay, now let's see if we are correct or not. So the magnetic flux through the loop is 1.8 by 10 raised to negative 4 Weber. So we are correct. Okay, now it's your time to shine. I will give you a problem, and then that is, or your task is to solve that one within 2 minutes. Okay, so while you are doing that one, I will explain my side on some point. Okay, ready? Okay, so this will be so your time starts now. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so that's 2 minutes. I will just explain why I am not able to give you recorded videos for this past month. O diba? Isang buwan akong hindi nakapag-con sa inyo, nakapag-comply. Kung makapag-comply man ako, isa-isang video lang. Okay? It's because we have a lot of activities. Kumbaga, end of the year activities, sobrang dami. Meron kaming sunod-sunod na 3 camps. Yung scouting, meron kaming English camp, at meron kaming math camp. Ang pinaka-madugo doon sa English camp is because we need to stay in a resort, okay, 2 days and 1 night. And then we need to think, we need to plan. Kumbaga, nagplano kami ng madami, matagal-tagal. We, kumbaga, trial and error yung aming activities kung pwede sa mga bata o hindi. So, it took us time and also energy. Kasi pagka-uwi ko dito, mga 5 o'clock or beyond, kung pa ko is hanggang, or magigising na ako ng mga 12 or 1 p.m. Ganun na kayo tutulog. So, makakurecord man ako, mga isa lang. And then, ilan kayo i-recordan ko, 3 klase, or, 3 klase, kasi yung isa, parehas naman yung inyong, kumbaga, topics. But by the way, now, let us now answer your first activity. So solve for the magnetic flux through a loop with an area of 8.5 by 10 raised to negative 4 meters squared found perpendicular to a magnetic field with a magnitude of 0.75 Tesla. So same process that we did in the first example. Yung share ako. Share ko yung aking whiteboard. So we have a problem. Oops, sorry. So magnetic flux is equivalent to, hindi ba yung kulay? Ba't parang, so it's a mata. Ayan. Magnetic flux is equal to, unahin natin yung magnetic field, right? Ang magnetic field natin or magnitude of our magnetic field is 0.75 Tesla. So instead of Tesla, I will change that one into Weber over meter squared. Tama? Multiplied by the cosine 90 degrees, which is the word perpendicular, so that is 1, and multiplied by the 8.5 by 10 raised to negative 4 meter squared. So from this point, we can cancel the meter squared. So we will just put the scientific notation for 0.75, that is 7.5 by 10 raised to negative 1, that's WB, multiplied by 8.5 by 10 raised to negative 4. So multiply lang tayo. I will just copy this one. It will become negative 5. And the 7.5 times 8.5 is 63.75. And this one is greater than 9. So hindi siya pwedeng mag-stay as just like that. Tama? Kasi hindi siya part ng characteristics ng ating scientific notation. So we will put the point here and it will become 6.375 or 38. Nag-round off na ako. Multiplied by 10 and then plus 1. So we have minus 4 WB. And this will be our magnetic flux on that event. Okay? If you got it correctly, then congratulations. But if you got it wrong, then practice it more. Okay? You can use your calculator, of course. Kung you are still, kumbaga, nalilito pa kayo in solving scientific notations, then you can use your calculators. It's okay. Okay? You have a freedom to use your calculators. Okay, so let's proceed to another example. So this is the answer, okay? Proceed tayo sa isa pang example. Excuse me. Okay. An antenna with a circular plate, okay, so ang ating pinaka-barrier is yung circular plate of area 2.5 meters squared is inclined. Ayun na yung sasabi ko kanina na word na inclined. Okay? 2.5 meters is inclined 52 degrees with the Earth's field direction. If the magnitude of the magnetic field is 50,000 NT or nanotesla, solve for the angle between the normal to the surface and the B vector, and then find also the magnetic flux through the antenna. So, magkano dalawang kukunin? Yung angle, yung sinasabi kong complementary angle ng 52 degrees or yung inclined 52 degrees, and then yung ating magnetic flux. So first, sabi ko kanina, bago tayo mag-proceed doon sa formula, if we have the word incline, we need to find first the complementary angle of that given 52 degrees inclined angle. Okay? So ano ang ating pinaka-solution? So we have 52 degrees plus yung unknown equals, kapag complementary or perpendicular, we have 90 degrees. So x now will become 90 minus 52, and that is 38 degrees. So we will use 38 degrees instead of 52 degrees. Dahil sabi ko kanina, yung complementary angle yung ating gagamitin sa ating formula. Okay? So in our final equation, final equation, we have the magnetic flux. So ito yung A. Yung A is okay na. Nakuha na natin yung A. Okay, so magnetic flux is equivalent to the magnetic field, which is 50,000 nanotesla. 50,000 nanotesla. So paano yun? 50,000 nanotesla. So kanina, yung 1 nanotesla natin is equivalent to 1 by 10 raised to negative 9 Tesla. Correct? So I will multiply that one. So 50,000 multiplied by 1 by 10 raised to negative 9 Tesla. Okay? And I will change that Tesla into WB over M squared. Ayan, para andun na lahat. Okay? Wait lang ha. Okay, so After that one, we will multiply now the cosine is because we don't have a exact perpendicular angle, so we need to use cosine 38 degrees, okay, the complementary angle. So 38 degrees multiplied by our um, dito, area, which is 2.5 meter squared. Okay, so all of those we need to multiply. So 50,000 multiplied by 1 by 10 raised to negative 9 is 5 by 10 raised to negative, that is negative 10 raised to negative 5 WB. Okay, and here we can now cancel m squared and m squared, right? Multiplied by cosine 38 degrees is 0.79 and then 2.5. Okay, so if we will multiply all of those, the answer will be 9.85 by 10 raised to negative 5 W. So we have the answer for the angle, which is 38 degrees, and for the magnetic flux, which is 9.85 by 10 raised to negative 5 Weber. Okay, let's check if you're correct. So we have the final answer, 9.85, 38 degrees, that's correct. And the magnetic flux is 9.85 by 10 raised to negative 5 Weber. So we are correct. Okay? So same problem. I'll just change the given numbers and you will solve for 2 minutes. Okay? So ready? Pen and paper. Naglulok na naman internet natin. Okay, ready? And this one. So, since nagdulo ko yan, gagawin ko, punta ko dito. Nagpupurahin ko ang mga yan. Punta ko doon. And then, charan, wala na siya. Di ba? So, your 2 minutes starts now. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So, I will continue my explanation. So, meron kaming mga camps na sunod-sunod. And pinaka-mabigat doon nga sila sinabi ko is yung English camp. It's because we are the ones to need to manage and need to give all the ideas needed in the English camp. So, kumbaga, matrabaho talaga. So, pagod ko dito is tulog, and then gising na naman, and then another work, and then gising, tulog, gising, tulog. After those camp, sunod naman yung mga deadlines namin. Deadline na pagpasa ng exam, deadline sa pagpasa ng mga libro ng mga bata. My students are 27, and I have three subjects sa kanila. So, 27 books times 3, so that is madami. Diba? Diba? Kung na alam tuloy, 81. 81 na book. 81 na books. And we need to finish that book na meron lang pinigay sa amin na span of time para, or days, or weeks, para matapos namin yung libro, and then we need to check and give it to them. So, yung part na yun is madugo kasi naghahabol kami ng lesson, so I need to give them kumbaga less time para mag-plan. So, ang ginagawa ko is medyo madugo sa part nila. But, we need to still give them the books na kompleto. So, isa yun. And then, this last week lang, nagkaroon ako ng final exam. And so after that exam, so ito, I have now time to give you some records. Okay, let's check if you are correct or not. I will share my screen or share my whiteboard inside. So we have here, for the clock. So same process, unahin muna natin yung angle, right? Our given angle is 34 degrees. And we need to find its complementary angle. Ang complementary angle of 34 degrees is 56 degrees. Tama? So we have this 56 degrees as the answer for letter A. So number 1 is finished. And then letter B, yung ating electric flux naman naman kukunin natin. Tama? So we have the magnetic field, which is 48125 nanotesla. And we need to convert 48125 nanotesla into Tesla. So, ang gagawin ko is I will multiply this by 1 by 10 raised to negative 9 Tesla. And then yung Tesla, iibahin ko siya, gagawin ko na siyang WB over meter squared. Tama? Multiplied by the cosine, 56 degrees. Ito, kunuhan natin. And then multiplied by the area. Our area is 32.2 meter squared. So from here, we can now cancel those meter squareds. Ayan. So magkakaroon na tayo ng ganito. So we will just multiply this, this, and this. Okay? You can input all of these numbers doon sa inyong scientific calculator para mas madali. Okay? Kung wala kayong scientific calculator, kung gusto niyo magmano-mano, then it's also okay. But the thing is, if you will do the solution in your paper only, so kung magmano-mano kayo, your answer is not the same as the answer in calculator. Hindi naman siya mali. Okay? Kung sinunod nyo yung tamang procedure is not wrong. Ang magiging pinaka-difference lang is yung range ng mga sagot ninyo. Magkalapit sila pero sila parehas. Tama? So, here in our exam, dun sa exam natin, I will solve for the mano-mano, and that includes round off with 2 decimal places. Okay? Round off nyo into 2 decimal places. Sa mano-mano. And then I will also put the answer using my scientific calculator. Para makita ko yung sagot ninyo, kung nasa mano-mano siya, still correct. Kung nasa calculator siya, is still correct. So, hindi kayo kumbaga mag-iisip na, baka mali ako kasi in-round off ko siya. No. That is also correct. Okay? So from here, I will use my calculator. So my final answer is 8.67 by 10 raised to negative 4 Weber. So I have A and I have B. Okay, so 8.67 by 10 raised to negative 4 Weber. That is the answer for your second activity. Okay? Okay, let's proceed to the last one. What if given tayo ng magnetic flux, but one of its, kumbaga yung kanyang mga parts ay may isang kulang? Okay, so ano gagawin natin? Of course, we will just rearrange our formula into a new formula para makuha natin yung missing na part. Tama? So this is one best example. Yeah. Consider a rectangular surface with horizontal dimensions of 3.22 centimeters and 5.12 centimeters, and is found in a uniform magnetic field directed at a 28-degree angle above the horizontal, and then calculate the magnitude of the magnetic field that will yield a flux equivalent to 4.5 by 10 raised to negative 4 Weber. So ang ating main problem, we need to find the magnetic field. So magnetic field will be our missing. Okay? Actually, we have two missing. Yung area, nawawala, and then yung ating magnetic field, nawawala. Okay? So unahin mo natin kunin si area. Here, we have a rectangular surface. Ano ba ang area ng rectangle? Ano ba yung formula sa area ng rectangle? That is length times width. Right? Length times width. So we have 3.22 centimeters by 5.12 centimeters. So we will just multiply those two. So we have here 3.22 times 5.12. Okay, so multiply natin yan. And we have the answer. Ako na nga lang. 4, 4, 6, 2, 2, 3. So we have 4, 6, 8, 3. So 38.64. 38.64. Okay? 38.64. That is in centimeter squared. But in our formula, we need to use meters. So we need to convert centimeter squared to meter squared. So ano ang equivalent ng 38.64 sa tawag dito sa meters? So ang gagawin natin is we will just multiply that one into 0.01. Aha. I-share ko yung aking. Okay, this one. So I will share this. So 1 centimeters. Para ba siya mag-con dito? Area. Ayan, area. Okay. Square. Ay, ba't walang centimeters dito? 1, search natin ha. 1 square centimeter to square meter. Ayan. Okay, so we will put here, instead of 1, we have the answer. Nasa natin kanina? 30. Okay, tapos kulit dito. 3.22 and then 5.12. So 4, 4, 6, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 6, 2, 2, 3, 0, carry 1, 5, 10, 11, carry 1, 15, 16. Mali pa na ako kanina. So 4, 4, 6, 2, 2, 3, 10, 11, 16. 4, 6, 8, 4, 6, 1. So dito, 1, 2, 3, 4. 16.4864. Okay. 4864 is we have, okay, so we have to copy this 0.00164864. Okay? Sige. Balik tayo sa ating whiteboard. Ayan. Ay, wait. board ba kanina? Hindi. Pasensya, nalilito na ako. Ayan. So here, yung 3.22 centimeters times 5.12 centimeters is we have the answer 16.4864 centimeters squared. Okay? And then we need to change this into meters or square meter, and equivalent niya is 0.00164864 meter squared. So we will use this as the area. Okay? So we will put everything now in our given formula. We have the electric or magnetic flux, which is given. So I will put 4.5 by 10 negative 4 WB equals. We have the missing. So I will put the missing magnetic field as B. Okay, multiplied by the cosine, 28 degrees. Sir, but dito hindi mo kinuha yung complement? Meron bang word na inclined? Wala, di ba? So kung meron kayong word na makitang inclined, so we need to use the complementary angle. But if you cannot, if you didn't see anything or any word that is inclined, then just use the angle as it is. Okay, so 28 degrees angle. And the area, which is 0.00164864 meters squared. Yeah. Okay, susundan ba? Now, let us multiply these two. Let us multiply itong dalawang to. Multiply natin. Okay? So, magiging, I will just copy, on this side, I will just copy 4.5 by 10 negative 4 WB, and then B, and then cosine 28 degrees multiplied by 0.00164864. Teka lang. I'll use my calculator. Our cosine, okay, our cosine cosine 28. And degrees per radian. Okay, so on cosine 28 degrees, we have 0.8829475985. So, i-multiply ko lang yung buong yon sa 0.00164864 para medyo malapit yung sagot natin. Okay? So, we have the answer 0.0014556671 meters squared. So sabi ko kanina, kapag magmamano-mano tayo, we will just use the first two decimal places. Tapos mag-round off tayo. Tama? But here I am using all, okay, all the numbers that are shown in the calculator para maging sakto lang yung ating sagot. Or hindi naman sakto, mas almost malapit na siya doon. Okay? But on the exam, just use two decimal places and then you need to round off the last one. Okay? So after finding the product of those two, let us now ito ba yun? Ay, nangyari. And let us now divide both sides by this number Mali pa. 0.014556627 meters squared. Ayan, para makasusin ng dalawa. And then I will divide it here para maiwan na lang si B. It's because that will be our final question, right? Si B magnetic field. 0.001455667 meters squared. Okay, so if we will divide those two, magnetic field now will become 3.09 by 10 raised to negative 3 Tesla. Teacher, why Tesla? Ano ba ang tawag dito? Unit ng magnetic field, di ba Tesla? Sir, but ang ating naiwan wala namang letter T na word. Ano ba yung natirang units? WB over meter squared, di ba? And WB over meter squared is equivalent to 1 Tesla. So they are just the same. So we have the answer 3.09 by 10 raised to negative 3 Tesla. Let's see if we are correct. Ayan, so we have 3.09 ayan, by 10 raised to negative 3 Tesla. Okay? Okay, ready for your exam this Friday? You must be ready. Okay, so I will end this. I will now end this video. If you have a question, just replay the video, or just ask me. If I have time, then I will tawag dito, answer those questions. Okay, and ano pa ba ang kailangan kong sabihin? No more. Okay, so your exam is composed only about magnetism and magnetic flux. Okay, so it will include definitions and descriptions, parang ganon. So, i-define nyo lang yung mga ibang words. And then, of course, in magnetic flux, you will solve. Okay, so good luck in your exam, and good luck to your next journey as a college student. Okay, so advance congratulations to you, Step 12, and God bless you all. Thank you and bye. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and like the video, okay? Mag-comment kayo para mag-comment naman kayo ng mga kung ano-ano lang. Ciao. Okay? So, bye for now.